Here's some examples of how to read graphs and answer the questions about a function based on just the graph of that function. So this first graph, it's some kind of function. We don't know the actual expression for the function. We just are given the graph. The three questions are on the right. The first one is f at 3 negative. So you do have to remember that this is your x value. So go to x equals 3 and see where the function lies. If the function lies below the x-axis at x equals 3, which it is, then it is negative. The function value here is negative. So the answer here is yes, it is negative. It's not asking us to find the actual number. Notice it's not on the whole number, so please don't try to put in the number. It's just a yes or no here. Then the next one, for which value or values of x is f of x equal to 0? Well, this is a fancy way to ask you to find the x-intercepts. And it's just the values of x here, so we're not doing it in the coordinate pair format. We're just listing the x values here. And there's only one that's right here at 1. So x equals 1 is the answer for this. And then state the intervals where f of x is greater than 0. So that's asking for the intervals on the x values where the function is above the x-axis. So for us, that's right here. As with any interval, we're going to read this left to right. This is x values only. So on the -2, we have a bracket here at -2. Why a bracket? Well, because at x equals -2, the function is positive. It's greater than 0. So that is a bracket. -2 is included here. Then the interval just keeps going, and it's going to stop at 1. Now, here is the issue here. It is not a bracket at 1. It is a parenthesis because at x equals 1, the function is not greater than 0. The function equals 0 at 1. It's not greater than 0. Hence, the 1 is not included in that interval. So parenthesis on the 1. Let's try it again. On the second graph, is f at -2 positive? So again, -2 is your x value. So look at x equals -2 and see if the function is above or below the x-axis. If it's below the x-axis, which it is for us, it's negative. The question is f at -2 positive? It's not. For which values of x is f of x equal to 0? Well, that is, once again, this is just the x-intercepts. So this, and this is just x values. So x equals -3, x equals -1, x equals 1. Then state the intervals where f of x, the y value, the function value, is less than 0. So it has to be below the x-axis. Okay. So we have a couple of intervals here. We have this one right here, and we have this one right here. We do have to pay attention to brackets versus parentheses here. So our first interval starts at -3 and it ends at -1. Both of those values are on the x-axis. That means that they have to equal 0 at -3 and at -1. It's not less than 0 at these points. It's equal 0 at this point. So both of them are going to be in parentheses. Okay, the second interval starts at 1, which is also on the x-axis. So it equals 0 at that point. We don't have an equal sign here, so parenthesis 1, and then it goes to x equals 3. Now on x equals 3, that is a bracket because at x equals 3, the function is negative or less than 0. Let's try a different one. Is f at -2 negative? So go back to -2. Nope, it's above the x-axis, so it's positive. Nope. For which values of x is f of x 0? So again, x-intercepts, that's just one and it's right here, x equals 2. State the intervals where f of x is less than or equal to 0. So it's still below the x-axis. But this time we're going to include the x-intercepts. Why are we including them? Because I have an equal sign right here, right next to the less than sign. So still the ones that are below the x-axis, but we're including the x-intercepts this time. So it is a bracket 2 and then 4 bracket.